Hey, before we start this, I got to do a little ritual that I always do. Just fucking get it going, As well, right? Hit it up good.
Sorry, on Monday.
Beer. Hit it like we fucking hit it, boys.
Hey boy, Schneider, keep up.
That was the cleanest opening to a shotgun I've ever seen. Greetings and welcome to the Random University. Today I'm joined by Scott, Dan, and our special guest, Travis Poulsen, the head designer and the marketing guy for GCODE Nutrition. How you doing, Travis?
What's up, guys? How is everyone? All right?
Yeah, awesome.
Chilling. Look at the Homer Simpson clock in the back. I love that thing, huh?
I take a lot of pride in my setup back here, Chad.
I got the mirror. Anything you see over here is over there. Now it's over there.
It's like you're in an interrogation cell.
Inception.
Yeah.
It's Inception.
All right, so before we get started with anything with the GCODE Nutrition, I was online for the past couple of days and I was watching some of your videos and things and the promos that you put together. I just wanted to know how you got into videography. Like, what made you want to go into that career, into that field?
So I went to school for graphic design, visual communication, whatever you want to call it. Everything is pretty much graphic design that's visual, right? Mm-hmm. So I went to school, and oddly enough, I was on Facebook, and I was into bodybuilding, training, just lifting weights in general. And there was a group from my school, Kane University, and I looked into one of the forums, and it said, hey, there's a position open for a designer at Universal Nutrition, which is in New Brunswick. So I was like, all right, let me check this out. The lady was going on a maternity leave. So I reached out, said I'm in Piscataway, and I got my foot in the door that way. I was making labels for different products. I was doing little promos, little apparel design. And then I started to intertwine with some of the guys that were in the company and just, shoot the shit, be social. And they were talking about, hey, we need a videographer. We have all these sponsored athletes. We want someone to, film them training, doing fucking 300-pound shoulder presses, all this crazy shit. We want to follow them around the country, kind of like, something you see on the Travel Channel. Would you be interested? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. Like, sign me up. I'll learn how to work the camera. So from there, I started traveling with all these big name powerlifters, bodybuilders, and became friends with them. And just filming these journeys, just going to these different eateries, these different gyms, these different locations, kind of like, I don't know what show would be equivalent to that, but.
Just say like a man versus food type thing, but with weightlifting.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But was it like documentary style type thing?
Yeah, so a lot of it was, we did these things called Universal Road Trips. So if you go onto YouTube, Universal USA, free promo, dog, you'll see like some of these road trips where you go to, I've been to Brazil, I've been to all over the country, and just following like these sponsored athletes who in the subculture of bodybuilding are fucking huge. Like, people see them at trade shows, they're like, oh my God, it's you, It's you. So just traveling with those guys and hanging out and lifting, going to all these crazy eateries, all on the company dime. It was fucking awesome. So that's kind of how I got into the whole videography thing. It was kind of put on me to just me being social and just saying, sure, I'll do it. Let's do it. So that's how I learned.
You didn't really have like any type of formal training then?
Yeah, no. And I feel like with a lot of these professions, you go to college for this one discipline, and then you don't really learn as much as you can until you're actually on these jobs or you're put in these situations.
Oh, yeah, of course.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I had the same thing when I started, because I went to school for exercise science. And when I ended up getting my ACSM, I went into training. And like, obviously you learn how the body functions through like anatomy and physiology and stuff like that. But like, until you start working with a person, like one-on-one, you can't, because everybody's not the same, so everybody doesn't move the exact same way. So like, until you get that like hands-on training of learning how to deal with situations and deal with people and I feel like a lot of times that stuff is more important than actually the whole book part of it. Like you could memorize information and regurgitate it on a test. That's not a big deal. But actually go out and apply it in a real world situation. So like with especially something with like videography, like it can get complicated, especially when it comes to like editing and things like that. Finding out what the right equipment is. Like how did you go, like what was your struggles kind of with that? With like learning, oh, okay, well, I'm supposed to use this type of camera with this type of lens and all that.
Yeah, so I mean, you guys see it firsthand how crazy everything is evolving technologically, right? You start with these, you know, the camcorder with that big ass tape that you put in a big VHS tape. Then you have like a point and shoot, which is what I started on. So if you actually look at like one of the first Universal road trips is on a point and shoot. Then you start to see these other companies like, oh my God, this guy's got like the Sony A7S, look at the slow-mo. So you kind of learn these different cameras and the different technologies, the tripods, now they're doing all these things with drones, which it's incredible what these people do. But I think as things progress and evolve, you got to kind of step up and know these things and learn them as you go. I mean, there's really, I mean, I guess the struggles would be more or less the filming aspect. And what's crazy is when you're filming these, a lot of it was filming athletes in gyms. And you'd have to go into the gym owner and be like, hey, I'm going to film. Is it okay if I film? Yeah, sure. It's fine. Can you turn the music down, please? Because it's going to interfere.
Yeah.
All right, I'll turn it down a little bit. So it's like all these little fine detail things. Then when you get to the editing side, dude, the hardest fucking thing is finding a song that won't get flagged on YouTube that you can put to like a guy going like, foo, foo, switch angle, foo, foo. So it's also setting up two different cameras too to get these different angles. There's a lot of things that are going on, man. I guess you kind of learn as you go. So
were there any
struggles, but you know, as you go, you get the hang of it.
Trav, you have all the permission to use one of my songs for any of your videos if you want.
Yeah.
Hey, go on, Daddy, go on.
So, like, with the athletes and stuff, like, did it take a lot of, like, earning their trust and stuff? Like, especially, like, when you're recording them working out. Like, I'm sure you're getting, like, close-up shots. Like, how long did that take for, like, each athlete to kind of get that, like, trust and respect to, like, be able to do that?
So I feel like a lot of these athletes, they get sponsored by these companies, and it's in their contract. Like, you got to be available for, 4 weeks out of the year. You got to post blogs. You got to be able to travel, do these videos. And I guess the big thing is you got to kind of introduce yourself and let these people know who you are and kind of like fuck around with them, nudge them, let them know your personality. And a lot of it's just kind of getting close, getting uncomfortable. But then once you get to know these people, and dude, a lot of these bodybuilders and powerlifters, I don't know if it's because they're on so much juice or just, juice gear.
Allegedly.
No, not fucking allegedly. But they're on so much stuff that you could just talk to them like a normal dude and like, hit them and they're like, oh, stop. But it's just, it's kind of just knowing these people, letting them know you, and you got to kind of, be a social butterfly. And I guess that kind of worked out for me. And, I've gained some great relationships through the years with these athletes, bodybuilders and powerlifters. It's great.
I can't wait till I find one of these powerlifters now and like they cut me off in a supermarket and I remember what you said and I shove him and the guy punches my fucking face.
Nah. You gotta look at it though. Some of the people, you can tell they have short fuses. Other guys are they're all fluff,
It's a totally different scenario though.
I know.
He's filming him in the gym and you're just walking by him in a super a fucking ass.
Yeah, and I guess a lot of that too is like they know it's promo for them, so they're like,
right.
Fuck this guy's, let him do whatever he wants.
But your personality though, I've known you for a while, like 20 years and whatnot. You're an outgoing dude. So like it couldn't have been that hard for you. You know what I mean? Like did you you had to click immediately with these guys, right?
Yeah, there was a couple. This one guy, Frank McGrath, him and I clicked. My buddy to this day, Antoine Vaillant, who's a big bodybuilder, personality on Instagram. A lot of these guys, they're just normal dudes, and if you just they just train and they eat and they're very strict, but they're just like you and I, except they're jacked
Huge.
and they got a lot of attention and people love it. And the stories they tell me, it's insane. Just like, yeah, this guy DM'd me and he wanted to pay me $13,000 for me to wear a Speedo to take me to a water park and just film him. I'm like, do it, dude. That's 13 grand, bro. No.
That will never happen to me. Like,
You never know.
Pay me $13,000 to put pants on.
Hey, Scott, I'll pay you 20 grand to put a Speedo on. Let me see you go down the lazy river.
Oh God.
But the stories are insane that you hear, because a lot of these people, especially like these corporate bigwig guys, they see these people on Instagram or whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I love this guy. Let me reach out to him, see if he'll send me a pair of his used socks." Like, crazy shit.
I'm sorry, we have to look at Dan. Your frozen face was phenomenal. No, but that is crazy shit. Did that ever happen to you? Or no, not yet. No?
I'm the guy here doing this. Yeah, he's right here. He's over here. What do you want?
Ask him what you want. Now,
There's stories, man. It's crazy.
did you have any like what do you call it? I want to say like role models, like inspirations, people who shoot like videos you watched and you're like, all right, I'm gonna kind of mimic this person's style a little bit, but I'm gonna do my own thing?
I mean, not really. I watched a lot of Christopher Nolan films and shit like that, but
Jesus.
just it's weird because just filming, it's like kind of its own niche thing. Filming, guys training and just looking at the Travel Channel, seeing how they do these things. A lot of it is B-roll, and you got to rely on B-roll, just not like the focus. Like if I was filming you training, a lot of it's film the weights, film this scene, film the signs, and a lot of that helps when you're post-producing these things with music and just making it very dynamic. But as far as influences, I don't know. I kind of shop around and just see what other people are doing. No names really, but just see how people's styles, how they do things, if there's stuff different, transitions, things like that.
Like you just get ideas from other videos, pretty much. Like, you'll watch something and be like, oh, I like that. I like how he transitioned to this scene to that one. And
yeah,
like
and
that.
I mean, and a lot of the stuff now is you're trying to get views. You're trying to get people to hit like and subscribe. So you got to do and film a certain way to make people retain their attention to these videos. So it's a lot of it's ADD shooting. Like if you ever watch Chopped,
Yes.
I know you guys have seen Chopped.
Yeah.
Next time you watch it, count how long they keep a camera angle on for. It's probably 2 seconds.
Like 2 to 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's insane.
Quick.
What was crazy is there's a show back in the 70s, Faulty Towers, John Cleese. It was a British show, and he was ahead of his time with that shit. He only did 1 season of it because it took so much for him to edit 1 episode because he focused so much on quick transitions at that time. And like it was unheard of. So back then it was probably crazy. I don't want to get you in trouble. You could just smile or just keep a straight face. When you guys went to Brazil and stuff as bodybuilders, how much fun did you guys have?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Dude, when they say Brazil is beautiful, it's beautiful, man. Like
Gotcha.
the one thing I've noticed that when you
you're
go
actually
there,
gonna delve into this. Okay.
dude, you're in the middle. Oh, dude, I'll say it all. I don't give a fuck. You're in the middle of like the tropical rainforest. It's beautiful. And when we go to these gyms to, film these athletes, our athletes, what do you think the ratio is, girls to guys in the gym?
I don't know.
It has to be like 80-20, mostly girls, right, over there?
Dude, for every like 20 girls in the gym, there was 1 guy. And they're all fit. They all have the leggings on, bombastics. You see like a grandmother walking down the street with a dumper. You're like, what's going on here? But it's a beautiful place, man. And then you venture into these like favelas, these villages that are just stacked on top of each other. We actually went into the most dangerous favela in Rio. And dude, there's guys on scooters 4 deep. There's people with machetes, machine guns. I'm walking around with this filming equipment with these big bodybuilders, and I'm just like, bro, I'm gonna fucking die. Like they're gonna mug me. Like we're done. And even them, like I said, normal people, they're all muscled up, but they're like, this is fucking crazy, The French Canadian guy Antoine, this is crazy, man. Why are we here? But it's fun, man. It's always
You're probably like, oh
nuts.
shit, the biggest guy's scared. We're fucking doomed.
Dude, hey, Brazilian steakhouses.
I would imagine.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
I'm just not cultured. I have zero desire to travel outside the country, so I'll never go there.
Come on, man.
I'll never. Is that gym you recommended? If I walked in, they'd stop working out and look at me, and I'd just back out slowly. They'd be like,
Nah, dude, you'd be good.
You'd walk in the door, they'd stare at you, you'd be like, I'm just gonna go.
Yeah, you're in the wrong place.
Sorry, wrong door. You gotta go over that way.
Yeah.
But all right, I want to get into the GCODE nutrition stuff. So I went on the website the other day. I was looking at it. It's very professional. I really like how the whole thing is laid out. There was one thing that really stood out to me because I mean, you go on all these fitness websites and stuff like that, and a lot of them, in my opinion, are the same. They have the same language on it, the same terms, everything, blah, blah, blah. This will get you big. This will get you jacked, blah, blah, blah. The one thing I read, and I wrote it down, we aren't Olympia competitors or famous internet personalities. We're not trainers to the stars or celebrity life coaches. We're real dudes just like you. And that was something that stood out to me. It sets you apart from all the other ones. How did you, and this is a terrible transition.
No. Hey, let's go.
How did you get involved with GCODE Nutrition?
So working with Universal USA was kind of like, my foot in the door with the whole bodybuilding, powerlifting, fitness culture. And I met my buddy there he's my partner in life. His name is Greg Santaciro. He's a movie director, writer. He did independent films, and he's just an amazing wordsmith. And we kind of vibed when we were there. And, we had similar interests, wrestling, sports, training, hip hop, all these things. So we were jiving back and forth, and he was the director of marketing. And we would, on our lunch break, we would always train. And we decided to start our own company, kind of like a counterculture, blue collar, in your face little company called Go Hard Film. And it was it's called Go Hard, but it was based off of a film that he actually wrote. This is like one of the hats we got made. A little bandana on the back.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah, so and this was just pretty much driven by these little messages, these little Instagram messages like, kill your idols, do or die, like these little messages that people see, and it would sink to him. And he would just write these descriptions that were amazing. So we started doing that behind the scenes on our lunch break at Universal Nutrition. And eventually we were talking, and this guy reached out to us because we had interest to start our own company. Because when you work for these other companies, you're not really, to your full potential. And we always had aspirations to do our own thing, be our own boss, if you will. So we teamed up with a partner, and we said, dude, we want to start our own supplement company. Like, we want shit the way we want it. We want formulas and products the way we want it. We want the verbiage to be different. We want to make stuff for regular ass dudes to push them. Fuck these fitness athletes, these physique guys, these, meathead bodybuilders. We want to market to the everyday guy. So with his amazing words and my design ability, and we had a guy to help us out, we just took off and we started GCODE Nutrition, which was, living your life like a G, and just, sticking to a specific code or, a code of ethics. So that became our thing, GCODE, live by the code.
Right.
And that's kind of how it started. So, we've been running for 3 years, and we have a couple of products, and we're just steamboating, fucking steamrolling, trying to do everything we can to, build this empire one brick at a time.
So how do you guys differentiate yourselves between the probably thousands of other proteins and stuff out there? I feel like that's such a hard market because you go to a GNC, how do you guys say pick GCODE or go after our product rather than the thousands out there?
That's a good question. So you got, like you said, it's an extremely saturated market. It's it's pretty much everyone taking formulas and recycling it and tweaking a couple ingredients. So that's pretty much what it is. But the margins on these things, if you get a product made for $8 or $9, you make, $20 off of it. So we're like, how can we be different? How can we be a company that everyone can rely on? So we realized, dude, a lot of these companies, they just have products. There's no substance. There's no style. It's just, let me slap a fucking name like Demon Semen on a pre-workout and load it up with 500 milligrams of caffeine, and the kid's gonna be like, oh shit, dude, Demon Semen, yeah, let me fucking, and then they're all cracked out training. We're like, fuck that. We want to make products for everybody. Your freaking girls, your wives, your mother. Well, maybe not your mother, but people should be able to take this product and love it. It should taste amazing, and what's in it should be good. So we tried to combine that with, doing these little media things like a squadcast we call, which is like our podcast. We do mixtapes. We try to, and we try to instill our culture into this brand and show people that, oh, they're not just making products. They're doing this promo. They're doing this event. They came out with this mixtape. They just did this new, blog, which is fucking amazing. It speaks to me, so just these little things to show people that we're on the grind, we're doing this shit, and there's no breaks. It's just,
you create a culture around it. It's more than just products. It's more than just selling protein, pre-workout, stuff like that. Yes. It's creating that whole the culture around it. And people, I find that like people will more gravitate towards things like that rather than just, okay, well, I just got this product, whatever it is, because, oh, I got the GCODE stuff. Oh, this one was taken. Did you see the video they made? Did you watch the podcast? There's all those things encompassed in it.
Yeah.
So that's such a huge thing.
Well, especially like the apparel and stuff too. Like, and that's one thing that I saw, Travis, that was like really cool. And you even brought it up too, is like your influences with like wrestling and stuff. Like the shirt that you're wearing right now, or the GWO one that you guys have. Like, I just thought that was really cool. That like just to play on words that like you've done with you've made all those designs, right?
Yeah, and it's crazy. Yeah. Go ahead.
And that's the thing. Like, just like it's cool to hear you like say like that's like your influence, and they've been able to bring that into like your passion.
Yeah, I mean, you can't reinvent the wheel, but you try to do different things, or you try to get all these different avenues where people can, see your stuff, whether it's a cool t-shirt, whether it's an article, whether it's an event, whether it's a, face-to-face confrontation, and, just things like that to try to get people on board and realize like, yo, we're regular dudes like you living in the real world that are just, trying to push ourselves. And that's what GCODE is,
Can I ask if you don't mind? So 3 years ago you started this. Like, how much were you like skeptical of just dropping what you were doing and whatnot and focusing on this? And was your girl at the time like, were people supportive, or were they like, wow, you're really like going for this? Because it takes a lot of balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No. Yeah. It was wild because you're at this job. I'm doing the whole video and design thing, and you're comfortable,
Yeah. It pays the bills.
Yeah. Then you get this offer where it's like, go ahead and make this leap. You're going to do it? And I'm like, let's fucking do it. And you don't really know what's going to happen, but you just got to, trust the process and, count on yourself. And that's kind of what we did. And, it was a slow start because you're starting from nothing. It's not like a purchase order where it's like, I'll take 150 UBI hats, No, you got to build this thing from the jump and get people. You're building a fan base. You're building customers. So it was definitely fucking terrifying, but that's how, you see all these other companies like, the Microsofts, the Apples, people, starting these things out of their garage, and you just got to kind of do what you want to do so you can do what you want to do, I
think Brian could agree with this. One of the guys we had on, Organic, who created King of the Dot, the Battle League, like the one thing he said, which is like, to me, especially the most influential thing on the show anyone said, if you're not like willing to invest in yourself, then you already lost. Yes. You know what I mean? Like it really is like eye-opening, because I mean, you don't know what's going to happen. Like you're making a comfortable living, you're paying the bills, it is what it is. But it's not really what you want to do. So it's like, how happy are you?
I know. Yeah. It's, a lot of people don't get the opportunity. And I feel like, the more you kind of socialize and you talk to these people and you just kind of pick people's ear, the more these opportunities you get, and just surrounding yourself with people that have same aspirations, that are fucking motivated. You know, not the kid that's fucking sopping tritty, which is smoking weed in P-way terms, sopping tritty on the couch, you know, scratching his balls, playing fucking whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that for an hour, but you don't want to do that shit all day.
Yeah. But you know what? In those scenarios, I feel like when you kind of have, if you put yourself in a position like where your back's against the wall, if you know that, like in yourself, okay, I'm a hard worker, I know that I could get this going. Yeah. It's a matter of time. It's not even the difficulties, because in anything you're going to do, the difficulties are going to come.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of time and how hard you're willing to push and work for whatever it is that you want to do, whether it be a supplement company, whether it be a podcast, whether it be a rap career, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You know, you'll eventually get to where you want to be. There's always going to be difficulty along the way. And speaking of difficulty, what's the competition like in the supplement industry?
Well, the competition is pretty much you pay to play. So a lot of these companies, they are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars on advertising. They want to get to your phone. They want you to see these ads. You're on Google. You're on Amazon. That fucking bubble pops up. It's like, oh, you looked at this before. Why aren't you buying it? Boom, you keep getting hit. So a lot of it is this advertising right to you, and using all these different funnels or these different advertising pages to get the product in front of you, to see it, like the McDonald's logo, the Starbucks logo. And also you got, like I said, pay to play. So you have to have money to pay these athletes, these influencers. You got that person that's got 1 million followers. They're not fucking putting these posts up for free. They're getting paid money. So a lot of these companies that are doing these things and they have this money and they're investing it in their athletes and these advertising, those are the guys that are on top. So it's hard to get there, but once you get there, you can kind of, you know, fine tune and dial things in, and you can advertise to certain people. So,
you know what though, the internet like kind of helped and hurt with that. Same with music. We would talk about this all the time. Like, it saturated it to where there's probably a lot of shit products out there that are just flooding the market. That goes the same with music. Yep. But at the same time, there's no gatekeepers, so the big boys can't hold you guys back from getting your shit out there. All it takes is like one break. You don't know, like you could just run into somebody who's like a lifter, you get along with them, and it's like, oh shit, rock our shirt, you know, and you just never know.
There's like, it's like I always call it like the tipping point. Like you can work towards your dream or whatever it is, and then once you get to that tipping point, or like someone puts you on, or someone recognizes you, you get that song, you get that, you know, that hit. It's just smooth sailing from there, I feel like, and you kind of just venture these different avenues. So I don't know. The tipping point, that's what we're trying to get at.
So like
make that a shirt.
Yeah, tipping point. We have so many fucking shirts that we put out. It's fucking ridiculous. But we try to make them events. Just shirts connected to events and people buying stuff.
Go on, Dave.
So with the marketing, like what like areas like New Jersey or California, are those like the ones that like you're really like attacking, or is it like all over like the country, or like what like areas are you guys really like going after?
So we have an IT guy that really pushes the advertising and the marketing. Like we'll create the assets, we'll create the verbiage, we'll create these products, we'll do landing pages, and depending on how much money we want to pump into, like say tomorrow, if I want to put $50 into this ad, it's guaranteed that, you know, 10,000 people will see it. Mm-hmm. Then it's a matter of, you know, let's have men see it, because we're gearing it towards men ages 20 to 30. Mm-hmm. People that go to the gym, people that are in fucking Nebraska, like all those things now with the internet and just advertising, you can just flip these switches and get people to see your product, which is great for like trade shows or expos in certain places, you know. Mm-hmm. You could hit them before you go.
You could do that with music and even episodes too. If you want to throw like $1 at an episode, and then it just you could actually choose your locations, Dan, you want it to reach. So it's kind of like,
well, I just know if there's like a specific like demographic like of or a location that like you're really trying to like hit hard into, that like you would get that like tilting point, like Like I said, like New Jersey's like known for like everybody works out there, or everybody's a meathead or whatever. Like in New Jersey or like California, everybody's out in the beaches. Like,
And that's super offensive.
Yeah, really. Are you saying he's not out there demographicing towards like Green Bay, Wisconsin, Dan?
well, yeah, like that's the thing. Like, you ever hear about like Middle America, like eating cheese and lifting weights? I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I don't know, man. What's weird is like I'm trying to get us to advertise more towards women. You know how much fucking shit women buy on Amazon and just always on their phone, like, oh, look at this pumpkin spice basic knit shit, like stuff like that. They're the people who buy stuff. So,
well, The Rock just like changed his like whole product line over a couple of months ago. Now it's like one of the top selling lines for like women.
Oh, he's got a wine.
Who did you say?
The Rock, like the guy, Dwayne Johnson.
Dwayne Johnson, the biggest guy who's full of shit in the planet.
Right.
Why are you hating on him?
You don't like The Rock? What happened?
All right, hold on.
Oh boy.
The Rock. Listen,
I'll be back in a minute. Go on.
I love The Rock. I love what he stands for. He's super motivating, but he's full of shit. Right before we got on here, I was just scrolling on Facebook, and he had a video up, and it was his entire workout routine. Now, keep in mind that this guy, every other month, he's got a movie coming out. He's on 25 different shows, making all these appearances all over these places. Anyone who works out, especially with the volume that he works out,
Yeah.
there's no way he's keeping the schedule that he claims to keep. I can't see it. That he's up at 3 a.m. and he's doing 30 minutes of cardio, then he's eating, and then he's doing 2 hours of weights, and then he's going to go shoot movies all day, and he's going to do appearances, and he goes to sleep at 2 o'clock in the morning, and then he's up again at 3, and he works out every single day. No, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
No.
Well, isn't that a whole part of the culture and the like whole like smoke and mirrors of the industry though? Like,
I guess, but to be honest with me, like, I would respect him so much more if he was just like, yeah, I shoot up.
I'm going to take this time. I am denouncing anything Brian's saying here because I respect our future president, The Rock.
It doesn't matter what you say.
I am Travis for your brand. You might want to also denounce Brian with The Rock.
No, man. Hey, I like what he's saying. You know, I like real people, and it's true, man. It's like, how do you squeeze all of that shit into this schedule? I mean, but here's the thing. You gotta remember this. Every time you point the juice finger, you got 4 fingers pointing back.
Sure.
Right. That's what I say to myself. That's why I never accuse anybody of doing anything like that. Because one look at this body, you know that I'm on something, man. Absolutely.
That's why you always wear the hoodie. You don't want to show it off.
Exactly.
You gotta keep it under the tarp.
Yeah, my shirts are just getting smaller progressively. I've become a real winter guy lately.
There you go. Hey, are you guys still? I became a middle sexian.
I heard. Congratulations.
Here, I'm in the wood, Hazelwood.
Oh man, I can't believe that you got dragged into that fucking.
I'm a Blue Jay. Fuck, you guys got out. I'm still here.
Yeah, and now there's naked people on the corner of Ellery's on Sunday.
Yeah. That was ridiculous.
It's crazy. Travis, though, you were always like a fit dude. Like, even when we were younger, like, you used to do jackass stunts and just, like, backflip and get hurt and walk up and be like, oh, I'm 12. I was scared when we played Uno Attack at your cousin's. I wouldn't even give them skip cards. I was too fucking scared. I just would be like, I'll just pick another card up. Like, fuck this. So, I mean, for someone who, what do you have to say to someone who, like me or Dan, sorry to throw you on the bus, but if I have to get dragged under, you're getting dragged under. We have pretty awful bodies. Let's be honest. Like I do. I know I do. What do you say to like someone who isn't automatically fit like that? Does it take twice as much work? Not to say you guys don't put in a lot of work. Me and Brian have had arguments about this a lot, but like, is it hard to train someone or have someone with you who you have to double motivate because their body is different?
Well, that's the thing. Like, every body's different, but it's all your fucking mindset. And a lot of it is, dude, with the social media and just all these things, like, it programs you to want to look like these people that these things are like, you can't get there. It's not going to fucking happen unless you are, you know, you're every day you're eating regimented, you're doing this, you're doing that. You might be taking a couple of things to help you out. Dude, it's like these things, as desirable as you want them, you can't do it. So, I mean, you fucking probably could, but you got to start somewhere. I always tell people, like, don't look at all this shit. Just put your head down and work. Like, figure out a goal that you want to reach. It could be like, I want to lose 5 pounds. I want to get a 6-pack. I want to run 2 miles without fucking stopping. You know, these little things. And it's just, a lot of it is working towards a goal, setting a fucking end, you know, an end result, a finish line. So that's what it is. And for a lot of people, like, if you like to just train with the weights, like for me, I like to train so I can eat. I want to train and do this stuff and train heavy so I can eat White Castle at fucking 2 a.m, you know? Eat a burger, eat this, you know, whatever. Enjoy life. So for the person that's trying to get in shape, I think it's a mindset, it's a discipline thing, and just setting these small little goals, and then maybe when you reach that, you go on to the next thing or the next thing. So
what's like your big, like, guilty, like, not guilty pleasure meal, but like what's like your big, like, workout meal that like you always look forward to having, that you'd be like, I worked out and I can fucking eat this whenever I want to now?
Cookies, Oreos, and milk.
Yeah.
Solid.
Double stuffed Oreos and Fairlife milk. It's my shit.
Fairlife milk, what's that?
Yeah, it's good, dude. You know, it tastes
How
just like
much
regular
is that? How much more expensive is that shit than your regular?
Hey, it's only like an extra $1.
Right, I don't got that kind of money.
It's got more protein and it tastes just like regular milk, and they got chocolate too. Check it out, Fairlife. It's pretty damn good.
I once was so cheap that I just bought half and half and used it as milk for a week.
Ooh.
Oh!
That's why you're kids though. You just chug a little half and half.
Dipping my
Mix that with
Oreos
some
in
water. It's concentrated.
dipping my Oreos in half and half.
That's one of the fattest things I've ever heard.
I gotta try that. I'm gonna try that.
It was delicious.
But I think you gotta dip the half. You gotta pour the half and half onto the cookie because
Yeah.
it's too small.
Oh, absolutely delicious.
You know, it's actually what I think with, just to go off more what Travis was saying, I think some of the hardest things for people is to break habits. Because getting in shape is a different thing. It's different to everybody. Getting in shape to me might mean, oh, I have to have chiseled 6-pack and I got to have defined shoulders and you see every striation. And getting in shape to Dan might be, like Travis said, oh, he wants to run 2 miles without stopping. And those are 2 completely different goals. So you have to really define what it is that you're trying to do. And the whole thing of like what he was saying with the Instagram people, people that you see that have the absolutely shredded bodies defined, you need to understand that they did that for that picture in that moment.
Yeah.
They don't walk around looking like that. It's physically impossible to walk around and look like that unless you're on something or you're a genetic freak.
And nobody's posting like their fucking worst photo or like this. You know, they're posting like perfect fucking shots.
They'll wait till you get like charged for like murder. Then they'll find the worst photo on your fucking Facebook.
That's right. You getting charged? What's going on?
No, that's just my real photo you see. It's just I never take a good one.
The mug shot where you got the hair like this.
Yeah, the craziest photo I could have. They don't focus on the nice one.
But that's like I feel like the biggest challenge is like the meal prep with that stuff. And I know you went into this a little bit in the beginning, Travis, with like when you're traveling and stuff. Like, what were those meals like when you would actually like go out and eat at like a Brazilian place, or like when you would go? Like, what did that table look like?
Dude, all out. There was a powerlifter named Andrei Malanichev, who's this Russian monster. The guy is a fucking tank. We went to sushi with him once, and he ordered 40 rolls. 40 rolls. There's like 60 of them.
It's a roll, yeah, right?
Dude, just eating them like this.
Jeez.
Insane. Oh, look. Hey, look, the wife's home.
Hey guys.
Hi.
She's a nurse, so she works late.
I love how you dragged him to Middlesex. That makes me so happy.
I'm trying to go here. Yeah, so you see people right here, right there. Yeah, so the sushi one was definitely crazy, and then a lot of it's just the burgers and fries. That's the go-to.
Yeah, those must have been sensational dumps those guys probably took the next fucking morning.
It's like a bear trying to shit in a toilet, and all the water just sucks into the turd, so it can't even flush. Just imagine a bear shitting in a toilet. That's what it's like.
The poor camera guy, Travis, like, he's the new guy. Hey, buddy, I need you to come in here and help me out. Oh, boy.
Help me off this toilet.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, there were some crazy meals, but I would say that the sushi one definitely tops them all, which is just watching the guy eat it like it's a chip. It's insane.
Yeah.
Travis, so what's the vision for the GCODE nutrition? Where's it headed? Where are you guys trying to get to?
So, like I say, just build the fan base, get more people on board, build the product line, make stuff that people actually want to use and take that can benefit them. And just, trying to get the word out there, get the logo out there, get the message out there, and just, have people on board and realize that we're just like you. We're not these crazy athletes or these fitness enthusiasts. That we're just people that want to better you and put you in the right spot and just build the brand and see what the fucking future has in store,
Well, I'll tell you what, the next, I got to buy protein soon, so I'll probably order off your website because I want to try it out.
Yeah, we got this feast, all right? Fuel your dreams. It's got a full serving of greens in it, and it tastes just like chocolate milk.
You don't have any demon semen?
No demon semen or unicorn milk or whatever the hell it's called.
Where can I find that?
Yeah, insane.
All right, now the moment everybody's been waiting for.
We're bringing it back.
The gun to your head segment.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right, Travis. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask you 2 gun to your head questions each. It's just quick answer. You don't have to think about it. You don't have to explain your answer. It's like a this or that, but we put our own little spin on it. All right. So, Dan, I want you to go first.
Hold on, Trav. You got to pick a winner, though, at the end.
Yeah. At the end, who had the best question?
Gotcha.
All right. Would you rather always be able to have a 6-pack of abs but never have a beer, or always have a 6-pack of beer but never have abs?
Always have the beer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Always go for the beer. Always be able to shotgun the beer. Always be a social butterfly and hang out and open up. No one cares about the abs.
It's like a Shel Silverstein poem. I like it.
Abs are overrated, I think. I don't know.
I agree.
Not the calves, not the abs.
Yeah. Go, Dan.
All right. The second one is, would you rather be able to squat 1,000 pounds, but you have to squat every time you pee, or be able to stand every time you pee, but only be able to do a 20-pound standing press?
So many words.
I know.
Every time I sit to piss, I got to squat 1,000 pounds.
No. You would be able to do 1,000 pounds, but you have to squat while you piss every time. You couldn't stand and pee anymore.
I think I'll stay standing because I know that if you can squat and piss and then you're able to do the 1,000 pounds, you look at Ronnie Coleman, the guy can't even fucking walk anymore.
Right.
Literally almost crippled.
Yeah. It'll cripple you. Cripple your CrossFit.
Yeah.
So, rest in peace. Was that him? Benoit? Yeah. So I'll go next, Brian, if you don't mind, since I didn't go with the predictable lifting stuff, which I knew Dan was going to go with there. All right, you ready? For 1 hour to survive and live, you have to fight in a Mortal Kombat tournament or fight an immortal wombat.
An immortal wombat?
Yeah.
Well, if I fight in the Mortal Kombat tournament, I got to know what my moves are, all right?
Okay.
But,
No, you just have to get placed in it. Like, oh shit, I gotta last an hour. Or you have to last an hour fighting an
immortal wombat?
Yeah.
Dude, I don't even know what a wombat looks like.
Can you just cuddle up with a wombat?
It's like
I could take the wombat if I could trap it and I know it's immortal, but if I can get it in like a cage or something like that, or find out its weakness where I can just, I don't know, keep it kind of sustained, then I'll be good. And then I'll die and then he'll be chilling.
You don't want to have to fight Scorpion. You'd rather fight the wombat, pretty much.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Would you rather have a bowl of soup with Nintendo or have Super Nintendo?
Well, you know what? It is getting cold out. I'm probably going to have the bowl of soup, maybe a chicken or a tomato bisque type of soup with the Nintendo, and I'll play Excite Bike or
Nice.
regular Super Mario or Contra.
Contra, yeah. All
There you
right.
go.
I like my chances here. Brian?
Until I say my two.
Go
All
on.
right, here we go. So, for an entire year, would you rather have to sleep on a yoga mat or do yoga with only a guy named Matt?
Ooh. Entire year. It's a lot of yoga. I'd probably be extremely flexible. I'm going to go with sleeping on the mat because I don't know if I could see the same person every fucking day for a year doing yoga with him and just smelling each other while we're sweating and all that. You know, I'd sleep on the yoga mat, probably get a really comfortable one, probably German engineered cushion or some shit, and then just figure it out.
All right. And would you rather have a gut the size of a beach ball or get caught with your balls out at the beach?
Balls out at the beach.
All day.
About that, you know, it's just like they look like a glad bag filled with bricks. So you have one of those hanging down, and we'll be good.
She's cooking dinner in the background.
But also, like, I don't know. There's this one guy on Instagram that has this. I gotta send it to you guys. He's got like this perfect round beach ball stomach, and like he's always posing with his shirt off and his big belly, and he looks like he's fucking perfectly pregnant. And it's just a weird thing. I think I don't know. It's weird.
All right, Trav, who won?
So let's see. I'm gonna have to say I like the fitness questions, but
Oh no.
I'm gonna go. Wait, I don't know who's where, so I'm just gonna point somewhere.
Just say a name. No.
no
No one's there. What question was your favorite?
I'm going with Faraday. We're in
Are
there.
you kidding? Which one?
I like the yoga question. It made me think.
It's good.
You're in second. It is a close second.
Well, that's obvious because Dan's were terrible. This is did he Venmo you money? This is ridiculous. This is why we got rid of this for a while. I can't stand this. I wasted the wombat question on you. I could have had it for other people.
I'm still trying to think what a wombat looks like.
Well, are you saying if you see a picture of a wombat, we could change the decision?
Yeah, we'll change it. Let me see what it looks like.
Get out.
Right. Pull up a wombat.
All right.
Dude, if you look at my Instagram too, I do these weekly matchups as well on the stories, which you guys should vote on.
What do you do? Like,
So oh shit! I thought
It looks like a small bear.
yeah.
it's like a little beaver chuck.
Yeah. It's weird.
I thought that thing flies. I'm thinking of like
A bat.
like a fucking I don't know.
No, like a
Whatever. We don't have to change the decision. You made it known. Whatever. It
I'll
was
say you guys are pretty much tied on that one.
you know, Brian, you can take the W. That's fine.
I will.
There
What's
you go.
your like? Sorry, I don't know if you mentioned the website and stuff.
That's what I was gonna do.
Yeah, sorry.
But you know, if you would just want to jump in and take it all over.
I'm sorry,
Okay.
Brian.
Yes. Yeah, so GCODEnutrition.com. Check us out. We were doing a shit ton of events and trade shows pre-COVID, but all that stuff got blew. So we're always doing promos. We're always, you know, giving these little jewels, these little insights, you know, these media posts, these blogs, these little videos, these quarantine cuisines so you can cook. Well, hopefully this other wave doesn't happen, but check us out, man. Check out our products. Check out the people that are entrenched in our culture that love it, and maybe there's something you'll see that speaks to you. And definitely try our products. I'll hook you guys up with a bunch of products that you can try, and I guarantee you'll love the flavor, and you're gonna use it now.